Welcome to the first ever Beach Cities market update. Well, I've done lots of Orange County real estate market updates in the past. I want to commit to bringing you the news in Beach Cities, Orange County real estate every single week, which I define the Beach Cities as the very south tip of Orange County. It's the four cities: San Clemente, Dana Point, San Juan Capistrano, and Laguna Niguel. What we're going to do in this update is first we're going to take a look at the high sale of the week. What's the most expensive home? Just because that's fun to look at and track. Second, we'll take a look at all the numbers. What's happening in our market? What are buyers doing? What are sellers doing? How many homes are on the market? How many are selling? How long is it taking them to sell? And what are they selling for? Then we'll take a look at the local vendors that you need to know that I find incredibly helpful both in and outside of real estate. And lastly, we'll take a look at the deal of the week. That's what I define as the home that's most likely going to sell. And what I want to do is track it every single week. How often can we get it right that this home is just too good to pass up on and it's going to sell this very week before the shooting of our very next video? I hope you enjoy the journey. Subscribe to follow along, and I look forward to this process with you. This week's high record sale of the week happened in one of my very favorite neighborhoods in Orange County, down in Cypress Shore, southwest San Clemente, right near Trestles Beach. It was a spectacular property. It was a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 4,800 square foot home at 4016 Kai Marlena, and it ended up selling in 0 days on market because this one sold off market. So unfortunately, we don't have pictures of the inside, but what I know it has was incredible ocean views with views of Catalina and the entire coastline, and it's a special home that never made it to the market. If you have questions about off-market sales, definitely reach out to me. They happen all the time, and I'd love to help you navigate our off-market market that we have here in Orange County. Since this is week number 1, I want to take a moment to look at the numbers slowly and carefully with you, because here in our 4 cities, we have 547 active listings. That's the number of homes that are sellers who are on the market that have not taken an offer from a buyer yet. You can go and look at these properties today, and they're interested in receiving an offer from you. Additionally, we have 187 sellers who have said, hey, I've accepted an offer on my property. We're in escrow. Yay, congratulations. Let's head to the closing line while the buyer does their inspections, their loans, and all of those things. Those 187 properties, to me, represent demand. That says, okay, how many buyers are out there that are saying, yes, seller, we can agree on a price. We'll pay something close to what you're asking for and buy the property. And in the last 30 days, we've had 204 homes close escrow. So if we're looking at saying how many months supply we have, it would be the total of the first two numbers, the 547 active listings plus the 187 in escrow listings. That represents the total market inventory divided by how many homes have actually sold in the last 30 days. That gives us an absorption rate of 3.6 months of inventory. So essentially, if no new homes came on the market at the current rate that buyers are buying homes, it would take us 3.6 months to run out of inventory entirely. What do we know about 3.6 months? Well, historically, 3.6 months is considered kind of a level market where it's not really a buyer's market, it's not really a seller's market, it's a very balanced market, which is what we're experiencing today. With a balanced market, it's very important that you price your home correctly because there's kind of two markets. There's the home that everybody loves, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's priced right. It gets tons of buyers. All the buyers flood that home in this market, and it sells quickly. And then there's every other home that maybe has aspirational pricing where sellers are looking at it saying, what have my neighbors sold for? I think my home's worth more than my neighbors. Let's price it a bit higher to see if the market has come up to our new pricing. That aspirational pricing with 3.6 months of inventory really isn't effective because the market ends up letting you sit on the market saying, hey, you know what? They're too high. Let's let them have some time on market while we pursue other properties. Really, that type of pricing helps all your other competitors sell their home because it makes their home look more affordable. And this is really played out. So if we take a look right now at the days on market and we look at what is the average days on market for actives, what is it for in escrow homes, and what is it for homes that have actually succeeded in closed escrow. The average active days on market right now in beach cities is 61, which means homes that haven't accepted an offer, they're still on the market, on average have 61 days they've been on the market trying to attract an offer. While homes that are in escrow that have attracted offers already, their average days on market is 49. And so those homes have obviously a little bit more appealing than the homes that have been sitting on the market for a longer period of time. Even lower, with 41 days on market, are the average sold. So what that tells us is that a high percentage of homes sell immediately as soon as they hit the market. Some sit on the market for a couple months, and then some homes sit on the market for several months or perhaps don't ever even sell, which is why it's so important to pick the exact right price when marketing a property so that you attract all the buyers in the market for homes similar to yours creating a competitive environment where buyers realize they're not the only one who loves this property, and if they don't write a great offer now, that they're going to miss out on the home they really want to buy. This week's local spotlight is one of my favorite people personally, and someone that I do a lot of business with. She's done a great job for so many of my clients, my family members, and even for me. I want to introduce to you one of my very favorite mortgage professionals. And we're spotlighting her this week, and we're going to get out there in the community. But this week, I want you to know Vanessa, because Vanessa is a trusted resource for so many people and does a really good job of not only performing a loan and getting the financing done on time, which is really important to me, but also caring for the person, the borrower and lender themselves, and making sure that she's getting them the very right product. And this week, I want to talk a little bit about reverse second mortgages, because this is something that helped one of the people in our database to be able to keep their home that they've had for a long time, that they thought they were going to have to sell in order to live the life they really want to live. And it's a product not very many people know about. So I'm going to share with you a video that I shot with Vanessa, so that you can get to know Vanessa, because she's absolutely wonderful, and learn a little bit about reverse mortgages and second reverse mortgages. I'm here today with one of my favorite all-time people. This is Vanessa Schwartz. Vanessa has done a wonderful job for many of our clients in the financing world and obtaining great mortgages. She's always closed on time, and that's why I love her, and because she's also got our clients great rates. So thank you, Vanessa, for being here with me today.
You're welcome.
Don't talk yourself out of a sale is something a client recently told me when sitting down at their kitchen table, but describing a scenario that sounded like selling was the only thing they thought was possible, but it wasn't really the right option. Vanessa, tell us about the product that you were able to help them find and what it does for homeowners.
Yeah, so it's a relatively new product. It just came out within the year. It allows you to keep your mortgage in place, especially if you have a low rate on it, sub 3, to pull out equity in a line of credit. But it's a reverse line of credit. So you qualify for it the same way you would qualify for a reverse. And obviously, you have to be 62 years of age.
So you've got to be 62 years old, have equity in your home, but you've got a first mortgage that you want to keep because it's got a really low interest rate.
Right.
But then you were able to help them find a reverse second mortgage. So effectively, they get to stay in the home the rest of their life. They don't have to make a payment on this line of credit.
Exactly.
Interest accrues during their lifetime, but if they have a lot of equity, that's okay. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was so helpful for these people, like the joy they had when they realized they could stay in their Dana Point home. They didn't have to move somewhere else or to a smaller home, but allowed them to travel to Europe and live the retirement lifestyle that they're looking to live. It was incredible to witness. So again, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So Vanessa, let's pretend we're talking to somebody who's not 62. They have a really low interest rate on their first mortgage because they locked it in the 2020 era. They have a lot of equity, but they would like to put some financing on their home. What are the options for the people that aren't 62 years old?
It's kind of the same option, but it's a different qualification. So you're adding a second loan, whether it be a HELOC or a fix, and pulling equity out that way. So you have a second loan in place.
Okay. But so they do have a payment in that scenario.
In that scenario, they would be paying on principal and interest, or interest only, and taxes and insurance, obviously.
But it's better to do that than to do an entire first new mortgage, potentially.
It can depend. So if you have a low first mortgage, and you want to pull out a significant amount on the second, what we would do is look at the blended rate to see which comes out better, either a cash out refi or a blended rate with the two.
What are some of the reasons you see people pulling money out of their home?
Credit card debt, for sure.
So people are consolidating their credit card debt, using the equity in their home, getting caught up not having a credit card payment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Awesome.
The credit card debt, unfortunately, is at an all-time high.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing that with the people we know and love. I hope this was helpful for you or one of your family members that may need access to some of their equity. If you have any questions on that, give me or Vanessa a call. She's helped a lot of our clients and my personal friends and family members. So again, thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
And hope you have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thanks. Our deal of the week is 24616 Polaris Drive. Located in the very heart of Dana Point, where you can walk downtown or to Dana Hills High School and you capture awesome ocean views, is an incredible neighborhood. This one features 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and is listed at $1.35 million. It's a great deal at this price, and it's an absolutely beautiful townhome. I expect this one is going to sell very quickly to someone who's going to love the downtown Dana Point lifestyle. All right, I'm just outside the deal of the week. I can't wait to share with you. Come on in and check it out. This is a reverse floor plan with both bedrooms downstairs. It's a 2-bedroom, has an absolutely beautiful kitchen they just redid with all new appliances, countertops, cabinets. The crown jewel of this property though is the view off the balcony over here, where you get a little peekaboo through the buildings there. It's a little hazy at the moment, but then you can see the very south tip of San Clemente all the way down there if you look closely. Heading down to check out the bedrooms. You have 2 en-suites and a laundry room here downstairs. This is the first one, probably what you're gonna use for a guest room if you're a single person, or the kids' bedroom if you have a couple kids. The primary over here through the double doors is a little bit larger and has the patio over here, which you capture the view a little bit as well. And then the master bathroom that has a beautiful shower. Love their choice in tile. And that's it. Cute little home. Love to make it yours. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of our very first Beach Cities market update. Again, subscribe, like this, share it if you want to follow along. We'd love to have you on this journey and keep you up to date with what's happening in Orange County real estate market here in Beach Cities. I hope you have a fantastic week.